Because when we grow our majority, when we flip the Senate, and when we send President Donald J. Trump back to the White House, we won't just be holding the line anymore. We'll be moving forward.
That was House Majority Whip and Minnesota Congressman Tom Emmer speaking at night 2 of the Republican National Convention in Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
And we are joined by him now as the RNC enters its third day. Thanks so much for being here with us.
Good to see you.
Great to be with you guys.
So yesterday we saw Trump's former rivals, Florida Governor Ron DeSantis and former South Carolina Governor Nikki Haley, both speak. I'm curious, now that we're going into day 3, how you feel the convention is going.
This has to be one of the best conventions that I've been to in recent memory. Eva, I was there in 2008 in St. Paul, Minnesota. I was there in 2012 in Tampa. I was there in 2016 in Cleveland. 20 I don't count because of the pandemic. But if you compare this to those, I don't know that I've ever felt the kind of energy that is coming out of this convention. It really is uplifting.
Let's talk about your fiery speech last night, if we can. You said that when former President Trump is elected, Republicans will turn America First principles into law. What could those laws look like?
The America First laws are about putting people first. It's about supporting law enforcement, safety and security in your cities, not defund the police and cashless bail. It's about making sure that our southern border is sealed. It's about making sure that we have an economy that actually works for everyone instead of what we're dealing with.
Tonight, Trump's newly announced VP running mate, Ohio Senator J.D. Vance, is set to speak. What do you think of Trump's pick for his VP?
I think it's great. I think J.D. is the right guy at the right time. Look, everybody votes for Donald J. Trump. That's who they're going to be voting for. A vice presidential candidate needs to be able to enhance the message of our nominee. And J.D. Vance, I can think of none better. J.D. Vance is about to turn 40 years old. He is the next generation of leadership in this country. He can articulate, perhaps better than anybody else, a rags to riches story that is personal to him. I think J.D. is the right guy at the right time.
And let's continue that conversation. Last Saturday, following the assassination attempt, Senator Vance wrote on social media, and I quote, "Today is not just some isolated incident. The central premise of the Biden campaign is that President Donald Trump is an authoritarian fascist who must be stopped at all costs." And that rhetoric led directly to President Trump's attempted assassination. What do you make of this statement?
Well, I tend to agree with him. I think J.D. is pointing out something that we all need to start taking very seriously. You can't have the political rhetoric be about we got to put Donald Trump in the bullseye. And I know we all get a little edgy when we're talking about politics, but I think the vast majority of Americans, DeMarco, the 80% that are either left of center or right of center, they're tired of it. They want us to get back to battling about issues, not about personalities. And quite frankly, the Biden-Harris campaign has vilified Donald Trump and made him out to be something that is scary to a certain group of people. And this is the result you get, unfortunately.
And there are a lot of questions still about that assassination attempt. I know both the Senate and the House have launched multiple investigations. Do you think Congress is going to be able to get the answers it's looking for?
I actually do. I mean, unlike, for instance, the Robert Hur tapes that have been subpoenaed by the relevant committees and the White House is not releasing them, so we have to go to court to enforce the subpoenas. I think on this one, Eva, you've got Republicans and Democrats who are incredibly concerned about how this could be allowed to happen. How did a shooter get on a rooftop so close and with an unobstructed view to the podium where the former president and leading presidential candidate was about to speak? How does that happen? And we got a lot of questions that need to be answered.
The former president is expected to talk unity tomorrow for his speech there at the RNC. What can Congress do to unite both parties and bring America together?
Well, it's going to take the leadership, right? The leadership of Donald J. Trump. I think what you're going to hear tomorrow night, he's going to crush it. He's going to talk about things that aren't Republican, Democrat. They're American things. And I think the unifying force that he has been now in the Republican Party, that's going to extend across the country. Granted, some on the other side are never going to agree. But I think everybody understands we need a change. We need what Donald Trump and the America First principles offer. It's time to put people back in charge of this country.
House Majority Whip Tom Emmer, good to see you, and we hope you come back.
Thank you, DeMarco. Great to be with you, Eva.
Thank you.